Okay, we're going to review our IMS software. Before we actually get into the program, I want to show you a few things on the main screen of the software program. This is the screen that comes up every time you log in. If you're an engineering firm and you're doing work for a number of different cities, you can log in as a different company or a different city or customer. So this area right here will always show which company you're logged in as, who the current user is that's logged in, and the date and time they logged in. This area right here is just a quick snapshot of your current inventory for the particular company you're logged into. If you're a municipality, of course, this would be just your inventory. In this sample company, we have 20 hydrants set up, 7 valves, and we don't have any mains set up at this time. This section down in here, these are just quick launches. If you want a quick launch into a work order, you click here. You select which work order category you want to go to, click continue and move forward. This would be a shortcut into your hydrant inventory. This would be for your valve inventory. Your mains, and again, we don't have any mains in here, but we'll create a main later on in this demonstration. And flow devices, these would be the different devices you'll use to conduct your test, whether it be a fire flow test, C-factor, or unidirectional. This area in here, these little panes we call dashlets. And what these are, a quick snapshot of what you've got going on. Over in this area we have active work orders. If we had a reoccurring work order that was coming due, it would show up here as a pending work order. Recent work orders, this will display the last 15 work orders that have been done. Even though we're keeping history on all of them, this would be a way to go back and look at the last 15 quickly. And then when you're in the field doing your tests or exercises, if you note any deficiencies in the field, they would show up in this area here. These can be converted to a work order and then printed out and sent out into the field with your work crews. All of these areas here are also a way to shortcut to your work order without having to drill down through the menu system up here. If I wanted to look at this work order, for example, I just double click and it opens up and I can see the work order. All right. One of the things that's unique about this system is the fact that you can customize it for your city. If you're an engineering firm and you have numerous customers, you can actually tailor this to each of your city. We'll start with the edit button up here. The first thing we can do is go down and create a reoccurrence maintenance period. Again, these are all customizable. These are samples of what we've put in. If you don't like this list, you simply click on the line, click delete, and it will remove that line item. It works off of days, even though over here you can see we have a description, for example, annually, 365, weekly, 7 days, and so on. So you can set this reoccurring schedule up to match exactly how you go back and conduct your exercising or testing activities. In this area also we can go in and customize our repair and maintenance actions in hydrants. These are a couple examples. We have a pane hydrant. You can put an action description in here. And again, there's no limit to the size of this list. You can have 100 items in here, but again, you can tailor this to meet your city's or customer's needs. While we're in this edit button, there is one other thing I want to show you, and that's the user maintenance section. IMS has given you the ability to set up different levels of security. If you have people in your office that you only want to have access to certain things, you can go in here and set that up to either allow or deny them access. So this all works off the username and password. So once you've set up a new username and a new password, you can go in and set all the different levels of security. Here, this is device rights. This is where you go in and change all your attributes to your valves, hydrants, or mains. Work order rights. This just gives you permissions to go in and create a work order or view them or do whatever. And then other rights. This would be for creating reports or access to reports and different applications. Wherever you see the double red asterisk, when you go in and start typing in a new user, I'll click on new here, you'll see that those all change to deny. These are items that we would assume that the administrator wouldn't want a user to have access to, and this kind of gets into the meat and bones of the program, places where you wouldn't want them making changes. Again, if you want them in there doing company maintenance, you can go in and switch that to allow. So we'll cancel out of here. Going back to the edit button, there are two more areas. District maintenance. In here we have a number of different descriptions for different areas. We have residential, commercial, industrial. Again, this can be tailored to meet your city. And in any one of these tables where you can customize them, again, to delete, you would simply click on the line that you want to delete, click delete, that line will be deleted. If you wanted to add a new field, you'd simply click on add new and type in your description, and when you're done you would hit save data. Again, customizable for your city or your customer. And then finally in edit we have subdivision. I don't have any subdivisions in here, so I'm going to create one right now. I do that by clicking add new, and then I'm going to type in Sunset Hills. Oops. And I'm going to put in multifamily and then save. Okay, so that's how you would add something new to these tables. So now we've created a new subdivision called Sunset Hills. I'm just going to move down along this top menu bar. The view, this is simply to remove and add dashlets. These are your dashlets again here at the top of the screen. So if I wanted to turn off pending work orders and save it, that would disappear. So I'm going to go ahead and leave pending work orders in there. Devices. First thing you want to do whenever you create a device is make a list of your manufacturers. In this chart you'll see that we not only have the name of the manufacturer, but we have pertinent information about them. We have address information, phone numbers, mobile phone numbers, fax numbers, and over here you can put in a contact name at that manufacturer if you have one, an email address, and also you can put in their website if you wanted to go in and look at anything at their website. I'll go ahead and click on here and show you how that works. Okay, so we're now at AVK's website, so I could go in and look at their products, maybe get some product information if I needed it. So again, this list can be customized to your city or customer's needs. Again, to delete a line, simply click on it, hit delete. To add new, click on add new. Always save data. If you leave without saving data, you'll be prompted that there's been a change. Do you want to save it or not? So back to devices. We're going to go to hydrant maintenance next. Before you can actually set up a hydrant, you need to go ahead and set up all the attributes for that hydrant. So we'll start with hydrant model maintenance. In this case, we've created a new model. It's a B84-5 or B-5. The model description is Altamonte spec. That's just the name of a city that we did a demonstration for, and this would be a particular spec for their fire hydrant. The manufacturer was a Clow. One thing I want to point out here, and you'll see this several times through the demonstration, this little plus sign, if I were to get to the manufacturer ID and my manufacturer wasn't in this list, rather than having to get out of this screen, go back into devices, add a model, I can do it right from, a manufacturer, I can do it right from here. And I do that simply by clicking on the plus sign. That shortcuts me back to the manufacturer's maintenance list. I click on Add New, type it in, save it. When I come back to this screen, it will be in this area or in the drop-down list. Real quickly going through the attributes, we've got the open direction, open left, open right, the number of turns on the hydrant, valve opening size, barrel type. We've got dry barrel selected, but it could be a wet barrel. These three items here, set revolution, set torque, and set speed, are important if you're using Hurco's spin doctor product to exercise your valves and hydrants. These values will actually set the alarms on the spin doctor valve star device. So if we have it set at 18 revolutions, you're going to get an alarm at 18 revolutions. If your torque goes over 50 foot-pounds of torque, you're going to get an alarm to warn you of that. And then your speed, if your speed goes over 15, again, you're going to be alarmed. So that's what these three different items are for if you're using our spin doctor valve star. Over on the right here, we're showing the number of pumper nozzles, pumper diameter. If you know the coefficient, you would put it in here. Pumper thread diameter, number of threads per inch, and then the same is true for the nozzles. In this case, we have two nozzles. They're 2.5 inch. We know the coefficient on that nozzle is 0.96. Thread diameter is 2.5 inches, and we have 7 threads per inch. If you want to upload an image of that particular fire hydrant, you can go to Upload, and you can go find an image, a stored image for that fire hydrant. Double click on it, Upload Finished, and it'll drop a photo of that fire hydrant in there. Now if you want to update this record at a later time, you can remove this image and add another image as well. When you're completed, you simply click on Save Data, and the image has been saved, or the hydrant record has been saved. All right, let's go back to devices, back to hydrant maintenance, and I'll go through a few more of these tables just to show you what they are. The second one is restraint maintenance. Again, you can see we have a few restraints that we've entered in here: rod and bolt, concrete block, other, none. These are some options that we put in the sample company. Again, to delete an item, simply highlight the line and click delete. To add new, click on add new, type in the new, save data, and you're done. Let's go back and to hydrants. So we have paint color. Again, the tables work the same way. Customize it to your city's needs. NFPA codes. This isn't anything you can change. This is just here for your reference. This shows the NFPA, National Fire Protection Association's codes for fire flow test. Blue, the NFPA description is very good flows. The minimum flow required to meet that is 1,500 gallons per minute. Maximum is 10 we have set at 10,000. Green, 1,000 to 1499, and so on. Again, this is not a record that you can change. It's just there for your reference. Back to devices, hydrants, vandal-proof devices. There's a number of them out there. Again, if your city uses or your customers use vandal-proof devices, again, you can customize this table simply by adding new or deleting the lines to match your city's or customers' needs. And then finally, under fire hydrants, we have hydrant deficiency list. Again, this thing can be customized. There's no limit to the number of different deficiencies you can add. These are just some that we have in our sample company. Hard to operate, needs grease, pumper cap missing, nozzle cap missing. So again, you can customize this to meet your needs, and you can write a description that best describes that deficiency.